Good morning, beautiful souls, on what is in Queensland a sunny morning. Very gratefully receiving a sunny morning. Sending so much love out to each and every one that's going through different challenging times right now. And when we're in a challenge, it can be hard to see outside of that. It can be hard to pull back. And if you saw my Facebook Live yesterday, I talked about zooming back to try and see the bigger picture when we feel like we're at the pinpoint of pain. So do check that out if you haven't already. But today I wanted to talk about something perhaps a little more radical, particularly for people on a personal spiritual development path. Because there has been a tendency for those on a spiritual path to use their spirituality as a method of escaping. So just let me know if that's something that you kind of sort of relate to. And I can see we've got a couple of people on live here this morning. So just pop me a message so that I can see who's on here. I always love to see who's connected this morning. And I'm going to be sharing a beautiful song in a moment too. But let's have a little chat first. So there can be a tendency on the spiritual path to use the meditation, use the practice as a way of escaping pain, escaping difficult circumstances, trying to somehow transcend this earthly realm into a place where you just don't feel pain anymore and it's always beautiful and sunshine and flowers and light. But the difficulty is that is not what this earthly experience is about. The key, the gem, the juice of this experience, a bit of a wobble here on the screen, of this experience in your body is to ascend through being fully present in your life, in your body, as your divinity, in your body, fully in union. Fully in union. And so that, to have a desire to negate all pain, if you like, or to not allow pain and to just sort of, only have these bright and brilliant and happy moments, is to negate the reason that we are here, which is to embrace this full experience that we have here on earth. And we're having a full experience on earth at this time. So what if every experience of discomfort or suffering that you have, whether that's in your body, whether that's in response to your environment, whether that's in response to loss or gain of something you did want and gain of something you don't want, what if your challenge in that moment is to ask yourself, what is this experience showing me in terms of how I need to love myself more? Let's just drop that in again. What if every experience of pain or struggle or suffering, whether it be in you personally, physically, whether it be in your environment, whether it be emotionally related to a loss or a gain of something that you wanted or didn't want, what if all of those experiences is an invitation for yourself to shine a light on where you haven't been loving yourself enough? Good morning, Susie. Now just let's sit with that a moment, because it feels big and it also feels like, loving myself again. But here's the thing. When we have challenges come into our world, when we have been maybe doing some personal spiritual practice, because I know many of you that follow me are on the personal spiritual path, and we can have this tendency to just say, what now? Why me? Why am I getting this thing? Why am I experiencing this struggle? What have I done wrong? And we go straight into this, like, either get caught up in the pain or we get caught up in this self-flagellation of what have I done wrong that I've attracted this now into my world? Well, hang on a minute. What if we come from a place of self-love, what if it's about what have I done right? What have I done right that is inviting this opportunity for me to go next level into self-love and into surrender to a higher power, which is your higher self, in order to ask for help in this human experience? Because Two of the biggest things from working with thousands of women now on the personal spiritual development path is that, number one, we super struggle with self-love, right? It's an evolutionary path. Let's just say that, right? And I've had some opportunities to really go deep into self-love this last week, particularly. And the other thing that we really struggle with is to ask for help as women, because there's this sense that we ought to just get this done ourselves, that we should be somehow be superhuman and not need help from anybody else. So what if this invitation is about receiving whatever is going on right now in this human experience as an opportunity that you have invited in to strengthen and expand your capacity for self-love and acceptance. Acceptance of your humanity and love of your humanity and your divinity. And to ask yourself, what can I bring right now to this experience to love myself more? What is my younger self, my little girl, my teenage woman, my girl, my young mum woman that is within me, what is she screaming out for in terms of being heard and being loved and being supported? That this situation, this pain, this struggle, this situation right now is giving me an opportunity to address, to hear, to love. And it might be to reach out for help. It might be to really shine a light of love and compassion on a certain aspect of how you react in different situations. Just feel into that. Every painful experience is a welcoming of self-love, seeing the pain and loving yourself through it anyway. Not in order to get out of the pain, but in order to bring compassion and love into that moment, because we know that when you can truly sit in a place of self-love, even if it's just one part of yourself, right? You can hear and see and listen to this one part of yourself that's been screaming out for your attention. If you can love that part of yourself truly and accept that part of yourself and integrate that humanity and divinity within you, then you have the eyes to be able to do that out in the world. Until we can do that for ourselves, we can't fully do that out in the world. And that is the path that we are on. Yes, to truly love all aspects of ourselves so that we can see out with the eyes of indiscriminate love and compassion. So in whatever situation you are experiencing right now, whatever lens you are seeing something through, however big it is, on whatever level, whether it's money, relationships, flooding, house, stuff, finances, what is this situation bringing up for you? What emotion is it bringing up for you? And if you could see through the divine eyes of your soul self, what gift and opportunity is it bringing you that you can heal around loving yourself? Yeah. Maybe it is asking for help. Feel into it. I mean, you know the answer. So while you're having a little pause on that, I'm going to sing you a song that I wrote quite some time ago. And what I love about this song is that it speaks to the divine nature of all that is, and the knowing that there is a divine cast of support system here for you. And when, part of self-love is really surrendering into, I need help right now. And knowing and surrendering into the divine support system that you have, with ascended masters, angels, your higher self, all of which, different aspects of you, and as we go faster and faster out into sort of the funnel of the divine. And to know that that is there for you. And it is through everything. And so that divine love and support and removal of obstacles, when you really ask for help, you are showing yourself that you love yourself enough to go, you know what, I need help. I'm not going to make myself do this all by myself because I don't have the resources right now in my humanness. I need that divine help. And those answers, that help may come through intuition, may come through ideas, may come through things like this, just to inspire you at the right moment, to get you through that next little bit, to change the lens in which you're seeing through, to create more of a self-loving lens in which you can find more peace in that moment. And as we transform the moment into pure presence and love, the obstacles, or perception of how painful those obstacles are, they recede, they dissolve every time. Every time, if we have the courage to stay with deep presence in this moment, of bringing love to this moment, this experience. Stop trying to escape this moment, this experience, and love it for what it is encouraging you to see, to do, and how to bring love into this moment. And so, like I say, these answers come in sometimes divine intuition. They come in just a removal of obstacles, like magical little things happen, right? Who's had those happen? And sometimes they'll come in the sort of the movement of the world turning on its axis for you, in order that you align with someone or something that gives you the answer, or that gives you the assistance that you really needed at that time. And all of a sudden you are flooded with compassion for yourself and the whole world and for that person. And you have created it. Yeah. But if we keep trying to escape the pain and suffering that we're in, by going sort of beyond it somehow, or underneath it, or around it, or trying to negate it, then we are just going to keep getting hammered by more and more teachings that are going to encourage us to sit with that discomfort and move through it. And how do we move through it? By being fully present, by surrendering for help, and that can be, like I say, to our higher self, and by finding a place that we can love ourselves within that moment. What is it bringing up for us in that moment that is an aspect of ourselves that we really need to bring more loving awareness to, and more love to, and more forgiveness, acceptance, all of that. So this song kind of speaks to that, speaks to the divine feminine essence that is within all of us, and that is with us through the heartache, through the pain, through the rainbows, through all of it, to help us navigate this path through. So I hope you enjoyed. If you know it, those of you that have my CD and listen on Spotify, which is Bex Thompson, Soul Sailors, if you would like to check that out, then feel free to sing along at home. And a reminder that, the divine, the love is there in the storms, in the floods, it is there in the rainbows, it is there in the happy place, it is there in the difficult places, like I said, to help us to transform, to ascend through our experiences, not to jump around them. And you are the mountains who gave birth from the sea, and you create from nothing but dust and debris. You are the storm that rages and sweeps through the land, and you're still the one when I'm lost, holds my hand. Ooh, Jima, Jima, Jagadambe, Jima, Jima. And you are the light that fills my day, and you are the one who reminds me to pray. You rain your loving tears and wash fears from his face, and you nourish every soul with your everlasting grace. Jagadambe, Jima, Jima, Jagadambe, Jima, Jima. Jagatambe. Jai Ma, Jagatambe. Jai Ma, Jagatambe. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jagatambe. Jai Ma, Beautiful souls, I hope you enjoyed that. Love to hear your thoughts around what was shared this morning. Oops. And, as always, if you are, looking for some more support, if you are looking for some divine tools for your toolbox that help you to stay present through the challenges, because challenges are transition portals, and, they can be really rapid. It can be really rapid and open you into this expansive brilliance when we can really stay present in them. But when we get caught up in the story, when we get caught up in the pinpoint of pain, it can really slow that transition down. It can feel like we start to loop, right? Like we start to cycle and get stuck because our attention is on the pain, it's on the lack, it's on the whatever it is, and it keeps looping us, right, in a story. So that we get stuck in transition, we get stuck in chaos, we get stuck in that change portal, instead of being able to move through with grace, with presence, with self-love into a more expansive state of greater potential, greater health and well-being, greater abundance in all areas of our life. So if you are feeling like you're a little challenged in that area right now, particularly with everything that's going on right now, I don't know who isn't challenged in that area, then do check out some of our events. We have half-day events coming up in Beachmere in Brisbane on March the 22nd and April the 29th, where we will be sharing embodied powerful tools. You will get instant change in the room, in how you show up, in how you perceive the world, and that wisdom and capacity and ability to be able to move forward through these changes in a different way that is going to move you in a path of growth and a step towards your ascension, rather than getting caught up in this loop or continuously taking steps back. So if that is something that you want, then I'll get my beautiful Tina, who I think is just watching us now. Tina, can you pop on the link for the half days coming up, beauties? And so if anyone is interested in that, do just pop on that below. If you can't find it, then do reach out to me just through Messenger or on this feed, and we can send those details to you. It's really low cost. You get to bring a friend for free. We just want to get this work into the hands of as many women as possible, because, we are here to be the light, and we often kid ourselves about what we're doing and how we are doing that. Right? So if you have any questions about that, then show up at one of our events, ask us some questions about how to get there. All right, beautiful souls, enjoy the sunshine if you are experiencing that right now. Whatever you're experiencing, be with it. And if you're just jumping on now, do go back to the beginning and watch this. There's some real gold in here. Have a wonderful day and a beautiful weekend. Sending so much love to you. Namaste.